Hello YouTube, welcome to Mixing Tutorials, and today we will be talking about compression. So now, imagine this scenario. You're recording your singer, they laid down an awesome verse, awesome energy, but we're humans. And naturally some parts of the song looks like they are higher than the other, like in this case, this part of the waveform is higher than this part of the waveform. And you want to even them out. One way you can do that, you can go and you can chop it and then move the volume up so it looks relatively even, and that's one way of doing it. But imagine having hundreds of words or like 3-minute song and whatnot. You can't do that for every single instance. So what do we do to combat this? This is where the compressor comes in. What does the compressor do? Well, when your waveform hits a certain volume called the threshold, it'll begin to reduce the gain. Alright, so now an example of that. Right now I have a sample of me talking. Loud, soft. As you can clearly see, the first part is louder than the other part. How do we get them similar? First thing, I'm going to set the threshold to the lowest setting, so it will automatically turn the compressor on ASAP. Now notice here this gain bar when I play it now. Loud, soft. Notice how on the loud part, this part goes down to about -8 decibels. That's showing how much gain reduction that it is doing to the waveform. And also notice when I said soft, there's no compression. The reason being is that the second part has not hit -36 decibels. And it does not activate the compressor, which is a good thing. Now let's talk about the other knobs and snickerdoodles that are on the compressor. I don't know, I'm hungry, ignore that. But we'll start with the ratio. What the ratio is basically how strong your compressor is. So a 1-to-1 ratio means that for every 1 decibel, it'll reduce it by 1. It's simple, it won't cause any reduction at all. So if I play it loud, notice the gain doesn't reduce. But if I put it to say 4-to-1, what it is that for every 4 decibels, it goes down by 1. So loud, it goes down to -8 in this case. And each way up, say I go to infinity to 1, loud, it goes to -16, and you'll hear it sounds kind of distorted and lifeless, which is something you want to avoid, which is called overcompression. Never overcompress. The next thing we will talk about is the attack, which is how long it takes for the compressor to turn on. Since it's at 1 milliseconds right now, it's pretty much instantaneous. As soon as the sound hits, it starts compressing. While if I turned it to 100 milliseconds, it'll take a second for the compressor to rev up. So let's see if I can simulate this. Loud, soft. It's a little bit hard to tell, but as it was going through that, you could see it take a second for it to go to 4 instead of it just instantly going straight to 4. It's a little subtle to notice. Now if I put the release up, it'll be easier to see. Now what is the release? The release is how long it takes for the compressor to turn off. So this gain should in theory lag 600 milliseconds after it stops compressing. So loud, soft. So instead of it instantly cutting off here like it normally would, loud, soft. It has a nice little ride out. Loud, soft. And doesn't end till about right here instead of like directly right here. And then the last 2 things you need to worry about with the compressor is input gain, output gain. Input gain is an easy way for you to increase the power of your compressor when the signal is low, when all the volume is low and whatnot. Loud. So I wanted this to compress more and also be loud at the same time. Loud, turning up the input gain would help out with that. Or say when I'm compressing and it reduces it and you want to compensate for that reduction in volume, that's what the output gain is for. And that's about all there really is to compressors without getting into too much detail. Soon I'll do a video on sidechain compression and parallel compression, but until then, I have fun with your new tricks and tips. Until next time.